So recording is all right. Welcome back. Welcome back to the day of Be Agile Scrum. We have already transitioned into business analysis uh, track, and this is the another day, another week, and two members won't be joining in just to receive their message. So I am beginning to share the code of honor with you. Code of honor. Why? Because our one goal is there is just like ship in the ocean. And what if the the ship has got a hole, uh, it requires to be saved, right? So the whole on this path of having objective is nothing but the distraction. You need to save yourself and continue to walk towards your aim to get placed. And if you agree to follow these all, you will definitely are ready to get placed. And what are these? The very first code of honor says that showing up live, that you did. So appreciate that showing up. This is a Sunday night and still you are here. And that sets the priority for you, because being on time, punctual, and highly committed are making you ready to practice the very thing once you get placed into the IT world of North America. And they practice daily scrum and other ceremony where they highly respect those team member who are following this. So that's the reason you are practicing this over here. So one of my mentors says that how you do anything is how you do everything. By doing this in this manner, you will be able to demonstrate the same thing in this manner once you get placed and being the part of scrum ceremonies. Second one says that being the full stack student. Yeah, when you start your learning, you need to be the student, but on this path, when you are starting the instructor led free training, you need to become a full stack student. What do I mean by full stack student? Is the one who do all the assignments whatever are asked, be it when presenting the summary part, because that is the defining part which says that how much work you personally need to be done, how much exposure you need to have. Because every time you are doing summary in a better manner, we approve that which video or which summary is appearing for you as an authentic one, so that it can be shared with the HRs, recruiters. So that's the reason, do all the assignment, and apart from the session, do self research the on the dedicated days, and repeat whatever you have learned so that you can present in concrete manner. The third one says that take a full responsibility. So once you will do that, attend the RRP session and make your resume then marketable. And once you have demonstrated that you are following these all, you become ready for the mock interview as well. Your mock interview won't be conducted until through RRP session your resume start getting marketed. Okay, so the next number after this session will be your mock interview. After your RRP sessions are through RRP session, your resume are approved and started getting marketed. So that's the reason, to get placed, you are doing all these assignments and activity and mock interview done, and then you are on the path of success because you are placed. That time you can easily take the responsibility of your success. But if something is not happening, you need to go back and check on this code of honor, that what you are not doing, and taking the responsibility of even that failure. What will happen then? The moment you will take the responsibility of this failure at any other point, even if you are repeating this session in the next batch, you will identify that what you can correct, you will correct them, and you will make that failure a trail of success. So this is what we agree to do. And then comes the fourth one, and fourth one says this, that for these all to do, you require a really bulletproof positive mindset. How do you do that? That requires to continue to focus towards the learning, even something which itches in your mind, that this is not in my favor, that is not supporting me to be comfortable. You learn out of it because your focus remains on the learning. And then you go towards becoming complaint free. And that time, the more learning you will have, you will find now you can load yourself with the gratitude. So we expect this kind of mentality, this mindset always help you towards the success. That is the previous previous element of this code of honor. And the fifth one is, for doing all these, you need to start your day by increasing your receptivity. How would you do that? You would do that by listening to the 30 days of challenge through Earl Nightingale, one of the audio which I have shared with you all. In case I have not shared with you all, because you might have not asked me, please go ahead and ask me and be the part of this 30 days of challenge. That is a kind of an audio that you need to listen for 30 days by the speaker, a legendary speaker, Earl Nightingale, as he says that, success is the progressive realization of your ideal. So that's a very, very important, that makes you continue in your journey to get placed. And this audio track was a very tampered one. That's why you will find that it is 30 minutes audio, excuse me. Yeah, 30 minutes of audio is actually in 40 minutes of audio, that you can put it into X mode and listen while you are jogging, while you're running, while you're cycling, or any other daily activity you do. So it keeps you going and creates a mental muscle. Okay. The second one is to increase that, you need to follow golden quadrant of learning, which says that, whenever you are starting any deep learning, before that, do a declaration with anchor. And the moment you are done with declaration with the anchor, then you are doing a deep learning, then draw whatever you have learned within 24 hours. And the moment you are done drawing whatever you have learned in 24 hours, then summarize them. Okay. So that's very important thing. Second, now, if you understood this, just give me a shout out, shout yes, that are you ready for the declaration, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So at the count of three, what you're going to do, we are going to do a self clap. This is the anchor for our uh, neurons. So, and then utter what you see on the screen is selected after me. Okay, as you said yes already, I'm going to count three and then give set this anchor, and then read. Then you need to clap again and repeat. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and clap, and tell after me, I am a quick learner.
I
I
am a
am a
quick
quick
learner.
learner.
I am a quick
What
learner.
others can learn and master,
What others can
others
learn
What
and
others can learn
master,
and master,
I too can do that.
I too
I
can do
can
I
that.
do
too
that.
can do that.
And once again, self high five, 1, 2, 3, and high five, because I am an awesome learner.
Because
Because I
I'm
am
an
Because I'm
an
an
awesome
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 learner.
learner,
learner.
Today's learning is going to be
Today's learning
Today's
is going
learning
to
is
be
learning
going
is
to
going
be
to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper
super
easy
super
to me.
duper
easy to
easy
me.
to me.
Thank you so much. Yes, today's learning will be super duper easy for two reasons. One, you said so, and second, this is not more practical, means uh, partially it is theoretical too. And sixth, when you are learning, you need to, even some point of time, you would feel like, okay, I know this, I know this way, because you are coming from that background. The comparative mind may be active, and that not let you enhance your insight. And the moment you will keep this attitude away and become a giver, that you can even keep your ego away, that enhances your learning mindset, that will make you learnable, means you are ready to learn. And then it also keeps you spiritually grounded. However, that brings you more money. So because your further intention is to make money, you must set an intent to do more charity. You can donate a means signified amount, signified as in you can decide what percentage, 5% or 10%, towards some charity. You can donate it to temple, mosque, churches, or to any causes, to feed hungry, or to taking care of orphanage or to old age home, to any cause you believe in is important for you. Set some 5% or 10% of some auto debit kind of thing. You can decide if you are doing every week or every month. And why? Because the more you give, you grow, and the more you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that here you are not just to survive but to grow monetarily as well. So if that is yes from your end, please have this intent to do charity. As my many students, more than hundreds and hundreds students are doing this on very monthly basis, including me, and appreciate what you are doing and what others are doing for you, and even what does not happen to you, even putting the effort, because everything is preparing for your newer version. Okay, so every next step is preparing you towards the newer version, provided you are aware of it. Okay, so why you need to appreciate, there's another universal law says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. So on this note, we are good and ready to go ahead further and learn the stakeholder management today from where we had left out. Do you remember we were talking about stakeholders earlier? Who remembers
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So today we will be looking at this. I think Prerna had repeated this
Yes.
about the
Yes.
stakeholder management. So we are getting into details of it now. Okay. So eight principle of stakeholder management, and these principles highlight action words that illustrate the spirit that should be used in engaging with the stakeholders. So at any point of time, every single of you must come into the contact of stakeholders. Okay, so if you are picking any project, any task, okay, and you relate it in any area, you will find these actionable items are there. Okay, so what are these? The very first one, acknowledge. You get into communication, uh, there should not be always one way communication. You must acknowledge to that. The moment you are given some task, the moment you are delivering a task, it has to be two-way, right? And every single send or receive has to be acknowledged. Are you agreeing with this, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And while this
Yes.
acknowledgement is happening, whether it is happening or not has to be monitored as well. And while it is monitoring, the listening should also happen, which is also called as reading in between line. Okay, so how does it happen? It happens means, if I am asking you, hey, I need to know the growth rate of my previous sales from or say for last quarter, I need to know growth rate. How would I know that? It means that reading between the lines says that you can give me some numbers, but it should be readable, it should be understandable, and it should be acceptable, and it may have action item. And if you can represent it in a graphical manner, this is really helpful. So how did I understand this much? By listening to the communication that is in between the lines. Do you agree with this?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to be attentive for that, and the moment you attend that, utilize some communication skill by reiterating. Say for example, you are given these tasks to do, you can reiterate to that person. If he is asking you for the report, do you mean to say that it will be helpful for you when I will represent it in a graphical manner, or more in a growth manner? Will the excel graph will be helpful for you? Something like that. You can cross check, means you're communicating and you're not just letting it happen from one way and you're going back saying yes. Okay, so this could be leading towards the unclarity, however confirming will lead you towards the clarity. Okay, and the moment you see that some changes are there, you need to adopt them, and the moment you adopt them, you need to recognize them and then declare your work, that this is the final work I'm going to do, and get it clarified as well. And what else? The avoid is that when you will follow these all, automatically you'll avoid any kind of error. Okay, there are further actionable items. Okay, are this so skill, when you will turn these all items into the skills, you will find that you are getting better at communication, you are getting better at planning. um then you also anticipate what a stakeholder can expect from you. Leadership skill you will continue to develop. You will come to know on the daily basis, and when you are doing it again and again, what you negotiate upon. Okay, you do project management. Okay, so you will learn what is project management is all about. Okay, so that is also learned. Then comes needs assessment. You see that if something is missing, you needed to add that, you can do that. Okay, and thereby you will develop one skill which is called as problem solving. Okay, do you agree that when you will repeat it, when you will do it automatically, when you will repeat it again, you will find that you are emerging and adopting and expressing these skills? Yes, is it yes from all of
Yes.
you?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much. But before we get into detail of it, let me ask you this thing. Do you have any question, guys, so far?
Not so far. No.
Okay, so I'll consider this from this answer from all of you as one answer I heard. That is no so far.
Yep.
So,
Gaurav, I do have one question.
yeah, go ahead, please.
So, would Scrum Master be dealing with stakeholder directly at all the time, or
No, so that's a very good question, and thank you so much for asking this. This Scrum Master need not do. Okay, not always. However, he has to make sure that the one who is dealing is always active. Okay, the one
Hmm.
who is dealing, he has the deep connection, and who deals mostly is always product owner deals. And okay, recording is going on, yeah, thanks. So and product owner invites business analyst as well, okay, in those communication. And scrum master makes sure this closed engagements are happening. Okay, so his job is to enable them to get into connection and get into the deeper level of communication below. Okay.
okay, okay,
Okay, thank you so much. So
thank
let me move further. Next step, and this is a wonderful question, and you must know. All right. So five keys to information management that is, you have seen has been adopted further from the stakeholder management. Okay. One, you see the leadership side, operation side, okay, processes side, data management side, and the technology side. So when you'll go into the deeper level of it, you will find that there is a cycle for this. Okay. You get into the plan. Okay. You create and collect and receive data. Okay, you authorize them and approve them for quality. Okay, you determine that this information is becoming accessible for the chosen people. Okay, and through access, what you are going to do, you are going to access some critical and informative files, so you need to organize them, and those has to be documented continuously. Okay, and you need to describe them further. All right, and you store them and make sure that you are backing up, because you cannot afford the losses of the data are diamond today. Okay, and information are the collection of those data, right? And you continue to analyze it, to improvise them, to make it more filtered and more helpful one. Okay, and you then reshare it back. And at the end, if some unnecessary data are becoming the technical debt, some unnecessary data are also called as technical debt, you decide whether to keep them active or destroy them. And when it continues to happen in loop, this is called as IAM cycle. IAM cycle means information management cycle, that you can see here in the pictorial form as well. So anyone tomorrow is going to decide to become the part of information management or stakeholder management, or going to go completely towards project manager management, you need to know these elements are also part of project management. Cool, can we move further? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Yes.
So for like I told you, like a business analysis, the body is be a bog, the business analyst body of knowledge. Likewise for information management, it is called as information management body of knowledge. So knowledge areas and information management processes, if you need to define the the flow, the first comes into the picture. Information technology moves towards information system, and that happens through projects. And then the moment you identify the business changes, you develop business processes. Okay. And the moment you develop business processes, you understand operations, which requires to get more attention. Why you do that? Because you identify the benefit. Okay. And to have those benefits, you also work on the strategy so that exactly it can bring you back. And those benefits to acquire, if you are working towards the strategy, you will understand that customer is always looking at the performance. Okay. So even for a single task, if you are approaching to someone and the person is taking time to deliver something, so that might make you annoyed. Okay. Because you are waiting, and I'm sure no one loves to wait for anything what he or she is looking for. Okay. If you get a commitment that something can be delivered within 24 hours, or within 4 hours, or within 3 hours, even go for some those apps which you are using that promises some doorstep delivery within certain time. If it is not going to happen, the next move goes towards your help. Okay. Help, where you contact support and you inquire why something is not delivered to you and in a defined time. Do you all agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Um, I
Yes.
have a question here. I'm just confused. Today we are talking about business analyst, not the Scrum Master, right?
Yeah, it's been almost 3 4 session we have been talking about business analysis.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So and then we continue to develop that strategy. All right. So the business and information is the head, and through which you will find that how information management continues to process. Okay. So this is what exactly the flow is in the information management processes. So this thing you need to know. Okay. You need not to become the master of it, if provided your focus is towards product owner, scrum master, and being the business analyst. Okay. So further, if you look at it, okay, the knowledge area of information management, that includes these all things. You need to be aware that it involves hardware and software, which comes under information technology. It also builds into a system that meets business need and policies, that comes under information system. And when business information includes creating by analyzing and contextualizing data using tools such as information system. And Excel spreadsheet was one of the example where we demonstrated you last time and requested you to practice this, that by organizing some data. We gave you some website. Using that, you can download some Excel and could have worked on that, and you can strategize your own information. More practice you will do, more understanding you will develop. Okay. Then comes business processes, how to evaluate and use the business information to make such decision. So again, processes is needed everywhere. Even if you are at home, you need to follow certain processes. You are at office, you need to follow certain processes. And why? Because you are waiting and expecting and some objective to be achieved, some goal to be fulfilled. Okay. Some purpose to be fulfilled, some goal to be achieved. Okay. And that's the reason when you put into the process, that creates a system. And remember, people may fail, but system does not. And that's the reason these 6 pillars, what we talk, that 6 pillars of Guru School, that develops a system. That what we start, the moment we start using, code of honor. Why we do that? Because that makes a system. Tomorrow, anyone can fail. But if you are following, if you agree to abide by with those system, those code of honor, it will not let you fail, provided you have agreed to follow it. And by repeating every single day, we are reiterating to get agree upon it. Are you all with me so far? That's why the importance of processes are there.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So you understand that how you can evaluate any process, any operation. Do you need to bring some changes into those things so that you can move towards the benefit? See, these things I'm expressing in front of you in a very lay matter, because any framework or any steps or any technology has ever evolved through insight, and insight comes from humans brain and emotion both, and that further get translated into technology. And that's why human language is very important, and that's what we are expressing over here, okay, to make it more simplified. For those benefits, okay, to understand the business benefit, the desired advantage the business information will provide. Okay, why? Because you are now able to identify the changes, identify the benefit through adopting those changes will yield what. And then the moment you identify that, you will have the strategy every single time. Even if something comes in your mind, you know what, you getting enrolled into this program was part of your own strategy, because in your mind you decided that you need to improve your money game. Okay, and to do that you identified that next move should be towards of some consultancy, and there you define someone who can support you. And the moment you saw Guru Schools was one of them, then you decided let's go ahead with that, because they are just making you green towards the IT knowledge and also getting you placed. So in a way you are getting two support, and then you understood the detailed level of support towards the project, towards getting you making you ready for interviews, for vendors interview, client interviews, everything. Even though you are done with your training, you will be supported up to 6 months. These things then that strengthened your strategy. So what exactly you did it? So in reality, initially, the man thinks, okay, anyone thinks, any user thinks, but when you put it on the paper and you follow every single thing through some, modules or any designs on the paper, you make it more concrete. And when you are understanding this in the relation to project, you understand, okay, this is a simple life cycle, and papers and tools are the supporting elements of it. And then you understand, okay, so bring the identifying the benefit, letting bring some shift into the strategy, and uh, it will help you to take some decision. Okay, these example which I just now shared with you, these are just supportive example for you. So when I read it, it says that the master plan that gives a company a direction, ideally decision made through the business processes which are based on business information, will guide the strategy and lead to the realization of the business benefits. So I was giving one small example of a decision. Okay, however, when you will look at from the wider angle, even your decision towards getting placed is a part of your own business, guys. Okay, so if you'll understand this entire thing, then that is a part of one bigger project. Okay, and your project was to just get placed. Okay, wherein you are now part of another small project is just part of training, and that is also happening through process. Try to understand every single statement, every single element of your life. You can you can solve that as a project. Okay, and then when you will realize, when you will work, and when you will rethink on them, try to connecting the past dot, you will find that you were following some processes and to which you can give a name. Is it getting more simplified for you, everyone? Yes. Are you
Yes,
able
sir.
to find the
Yes.
simplicity
Yes,
in it?
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
So let's move further. Now this is very, very important. because we are talking about the processes, there are some design, okay, that helps you to define it in a very easily manner, so that no more writing of the processes, that you can now define by depicting it into the designs and future business analysts. And everyone, let me repeat that if you are listening it for the first time, and let me see if you are listening today. Even though if you will be getting placed as a scrum master, be ready to work as a business analyst. Okay, the world of scrum never allows you to play a dual role. Okay, the world of scrum will never allow you to play the dual role, that you have chosen to work as scrum master. Why should you even be a business analyst? But if today you are a business owner, and if you are gaining one person with the different skills, which he or she can be used, and her skills can be catered for multiple things, you would always run behind her. You always would want such employees with you. And that's what today IT world is doing, because they find that scrum masters are also so much flexible, their skills are so much flexible, that can be utilized as a business analyst. And this is a big no when it comes to scrum protocol. The scrum master cannot work as a business analyst. But whoever has been hired recently as a scrum master, I have personally watched and observed and seen that they have played the role of business analyst as well, and they had to play, because they have just recently joined and they can't say no to work. Do you all agree with me? The moment you join a new
Yeah.
company,
Totally. Yes.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
and
fact,
that's the reason knowing this skill are always helpful for you, and that's the reason we combine it together, be a scrum. Okay, so
Okay.
let
Yeah.
me move further and bring
Can I
something
add,
for you.
can I add
Yeah,
something to this, Gaurav?
yeah, Athar, please.
In fact, I realized that learning a little bit of business analysis also is good, because the natural progression of a scrum master moving forward in your career is product owner. To be a good product owner, you need to be also a business analyst. You should have some business analysis skills, like user story writing, uh, requirement elicitation, and all that, because you'll be dealing with the client or the customers or the stakeholders there.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for adding this up. So Arthur said it right. Very, very well said, Arthur. So yes, so this is actually the reality today. Yeah, this is actually the reality. So moving forward, you need to go ahead and understand what all the designs are available. Okay, user story would demand it, and product owner, which is the next level, and scrum master who has to who has to just observe things are flowing in well direction. He should be well aware of this. Okay, whether the right design has come into the place or not. So he will observe, he will mentally review, and let product owner decide. But before releasing anything, because scrum master is the one of the decision maker, he observes from the far. Okay, but it only let move everything into the done on your Kanban board once he is into complete satisfaction. Okay, it cannot happen that you have not worked on certain item and still you are moving that into done. Scrum master will come and he will simply raise some questions against you. Okay, so be ready for that, because his reviewing eyes are always wide open. Okay, because he is servant leader. Okay, he is making sure things are moving in a very ethical manner. Okay, so yeah, we are moving towards something which we call depicting through design, and we will be talking about it. Okay, so how you do that? So using business analysis models and tools, you can design, and when you are designing, you are depicting the processes through the design. So to name a few models which you would be learning shortly, those are activity diagram, mind maps, product roadmaps, SWOT analysis, fishbone diagram, process flow diagram. And let me tell you, the foundation of all the diagram in the business analyst world are one thing, that is what? Any idea? What is the foundational diagram of all the diagrams?
Roadmaps.
Yes, this is flow chart.
Flowchart.
Flowcharts, yes.
Flow chart. Okay. So if you are aware of flow chart, just tell me yes. Are you? Everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
I've seen
I'm
it.
sure everyone. Yeah. Thank you. So, and one thing out of it, you have been watching every single day in every single session. Can you point that? What one diagram you are always watching? Any guesses, guys?
Vodafone.
Okay, let me tell you
That will
that.
be mind maps.
Exactly, Athar. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pointing it out, right? Okay. So, further is that, okay, let me complete in fact. So, Athar said mind map, and mind map that we repeat every single day through code of honor. Okay, that's why it's easily identifiable. So business analyst model further also includes visual modeling, workflow diagram, entity relationship diagram, work breakdown structure, conversion to design, documents, template, and understand. Okay. So now let me give you one example. Let me in fact expand it so that it will be easily readable for you. Okay. So what you see here is the activity diagram. Okay. Can you identify that it is following somewhat of this flow chart? Do you follow that? Can you see
Yep.
that? It is following some flow. So where you can design it to play, and you can take it as a part of assignment as well. Despite summarizing what you have learned, you have to go to lucidchart.com. Okay.
One
Let
minute.
me
Let me
give
down.
you in the text.
Yes, that will be better.
That's lucidchart.com.
Lucid chart. Yeah.
Now this has come to you where you can set up your free account and you can continue to play to create designs, various designs. So here in this activity diagram, what you find that activity of withdrawing or transacting through ATM has been described, where customer is involved, ATM is involved, and bank is involved. The very first, any start will have the black dot and any end will have the black dot under a circle. Okay. And in between some input happens and output appears. Those can be encapsulated and can be written within some rectangles. Okay. And the input are always written in the rectangle, then output appears based on some decision as well. So those decision can be indicated through the diamond. Okay, diamond is a decision box. Can you see the smaller part? I know this is a bit tinier, but I'm going to explain it. So as a first step, what you do, you walk to ATM, the customer walks to ATM and insert ATM card. Okay. Then ATM machine comes into the picture. And the moment it reads ATM card, it validates and it sees whether it is valid or invalid. When it reads through the chip, it understands its validity and whether it is the right card or not. And then based on that, it gives the output that it is invalid, eject the card and take the card. Okay, customer takes the card back and the transaction is done when it is invalid. What if it is valid? Then customer is asked to enter the PIN and PIN is the input. And the moment PIN is entered, it goes towards the bank and through bank it gets authorized. Okay. If authorization is successful, if PIN was entered correctly, it indicates that it was a valid PIN, or if it is not, it triggers over there that it is invalid PIN. And then what? If it is invalid PIN, it decides to eject the card. Okay, customer takes the card back. What if it is valid PIN? So when it is valid PIN, customer enters the amount if he needs to withdraw. Okay. Then what happens? Again, this was the input. As an output, bank rechecks the available balance from which the this amount can be taken away. Okay, so he finds, bank finds the balance and decides whether the amount entered is the higher or lower. Okay, if it is higher, means it cannot be processed, then it decides and show the balance available, then decides further to remove the card, eject the card, and customer takes out the card and go back. What if the balance was balance amount was means displayed, and it is the amount entered was below the balance amount? So the next thing happens that uh, the entered amount is taken out. Okay, and it also debits the amount from the bank. Okay, and then the transaction gets completed, and the customer now can check the balance again, take the card out, and then can go back. So can you see, the customer was involved, ATM machine was involved, and bank was involved, and every single time whatever activity you are doing, what I did, if I was explaining something, by doing what, by reading these all. As a business analyst, you need to understand these longer statement, how you can, these processes, how you can encapsulate and can design in these activity diagram. Okay, for you, if it is for first time, you need to practice it once or twice and you're good to go. And this is the most simplest example of activity diagram, where you need to understand to put anything in the activity diagram. For start, it has to be black dot, and to end this, it has to be encircled within the black dot. Okay, all input will go under the rectangle, all output will go under rectangle. But before putting any output into rectangle, you need to be aware any decision can be described inside the decision diamond box, that is the diagonal rectangle, diagonal square. Okay, good with this activity diagram, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. So let's move further towards.
Gaurav, I have a quick question on this one.
Yes, Shakil, please go ahead.
This is the activity for the business analyst.
Yes.
The if business analyst has to write a user story, so is the user story comes before this part, or after looking at the diagram, he writes the user stories based on these requirements?
Very good question. I want someone to answer. Who can answer?
I mean, I can take a guess.
Yeah. Please
try
that.
Yeah.
Please try that.
I would say after this one, because this diagram comes from the instruction of the stakeholder or the client. When the client gives you instruction, you write, you look at the instruction and you draw, you make a flow chart, and flow chart, you go step by step, and on each and every step, you write a user story for that step.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shakil, for your insight and answer. Yeah.
Can I say something here?
Yes, and
So
sir,
this
go ahead.
is, I think this is the how the business analyst try to guide the stakeholders to the future or the change that will happen to the current situation or the current business process, how it will change. If this happen, this will happen. So instead of writing it in in a document, he will visualize the process.
Good.
And
Okay.
this comes after writing the user story. This is like a plan. This is the plan to achieve a goal.
Yeah. Good. So thank you so much for your answer. Yes, both the answers are right. However, let me add you something. See, it's all about making things simplified, and that's why business analysts are hired, because they can translate customers' requirement into very easy manner, so that our designer can understand that, coder can understand that, even the tester can understand that, even architect can understand that. And to do so, as Andhas also rightly said, to make things simplified, visual, Okay, this will help you to visualize that. Yes, user story are initially written one-liner, but these stories are required to be developed. And the moment one-liner user stories are written, it comes with the various activities linked to it, and one activity will be assigned to business analyst himself, even though sometimes business analyst is writing one-liner user story instead of product owner. However, product owner simply writes it up. Okay, so one liner, these action items will be assigned to every single person. And now it's your turn as a business analyst, where you will be expanding those user story, and there you just are not documenting. It will always aid to understand at the deeper level when you will have the diagram. Okay, otherwise, even if you are not attaching any diagram and it is not needed and it has not come to you, no one is going to ask you. Okay, but something are unsaid responsibility, and thereby for every user story writing, adding the diagram is the unsaid responsibility of business analyst. Okay, which comes later after one liner user story. Once activity task assigned to you as a business analyst, develop user story or develop documentation for this functionality. Is it clear, sir?
Yep, this is more like basically a map to show you what direction it needs to go.
Yeah,
The user
that's true.
stories.
Yes, that's right. So, but the order is clear now,
Yeah.
right? At Shakil,
Yes.
thank you so much.
So in other words, we can say this is the flow chart, kind of pictorial shape of a user story.
Yeah, pictorial
Correct.
representation of user story, rightly
Yeah.
said, Shakil. Yeah. So now,
Um,
before I move further, anyone wants to add something?
Yes, can I ask a question here?
Yes,
So,
yes.
from what I read before, that the Scrum team is consists of the Scrum Master, the product owner, and the developers, testers, and all this stuff. So from this, I understand that the product owner, it's like the same as business analyst. It's, I think, the same role. I understand it right?
Are you saying that product owner is and business analyst are the same? That's what you are.
Yes. It's
No,
the same role.
no.
No.
Both have the different role. Okay. See, the moment it comes to sprint planning, have you started sprint planning yet or not, Yantasar? No.
No. No.
Okay, no problem. So stay calm, because sprint planning and these things are coming into the sessions very, very soon for you. So, but you can go back and listen to the recorded sessions, some older recorded session. There you will understand. Product owner is the one who makes sure that he's running the show. Everyone is involved in it. He enables everyone to perform their own transaction. Okay, he enables means what? He drives the entire drives the entire trip. So product owner is someone who creates a skeleton, okay, in which everything can be adjusted, and the piece of that, the bigger puzzle, can be driven by the one leader. Okay, so product owner you can see as the leader of the entire product. Okay, business analyst you can see that who is managing the entire trip. Managing means, see, with this example, there is a one bus and there are passengers sitting in it, and it is being driven by product owner, and there is a conductor who is making sure the comfort of all the passenger. Okay, he is making sure where things are moving, is continuously telling. But there is one person sitting inside, scrum master, and he is supporting person to the entire project of this trip, where he is making sure all the passenger are feeling comfortable towards this journey of from point A to point B. Okay, and
Okay.
yeah, so I went in
But
more detail.
okay, go ahead. So
Did it simplify for you?
yes,
Little bit?
you want to say that he is as a project manager for the project.
Yes, that
Okay,
way you
but
can perceive.
okay, but the issue is he is connected with the stakeholders. He collects the requirement and he prepared the backlog.
No,
You
he does
see?
not prepare the documents and all. So see what happens with the stakeholder, he is definitely in touch. Okay, what happens, he understands the requirement, and to collecting the requirement in details, he takes business analyst with him. Okay.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So business analyst is apart from the team in some
Yeah.
project, right?
Yeah. Business analysts
Oh,
are always the part of any team.
I believe that if we can simplify that, product owner who forms the Scrum team, Scrum Master, and business analyst, he picks those people, and then he assigns the duties to those one. That's the big difference. And then he's the one who picks the project, he's the one who picks the teams and everything, and gives us
Exactly.
assign the duties and everything.
That's very, very true, Shakil. Very well said.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. So cool. So I would like to invite now Prerna, if she is there, to explain the next diagrams. Prerna, you there? Yeah. Prerna, are you on mute? Okay, I think Prerna is on mute.
Hey, hi Gaurav. No, I tried to interrupt you a couple of times, but you were in a flow.
Okay,
So
no
I
problem,
didn't, I
Prerna.
didn't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can pick
let
it
me
up.
know when I can take over, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can continue from this mind map and continue to explain. Okay, did you hear?
Hello.
Yeah, I said that you can continue from here, mind, from this slide.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Give me a second. I'm just connecting to my Wi-Fi again. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any question, Prerna, to me?
She said she's connecting to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, no problem. So let
Yeah,
me quickly pick
need a
until
minute.
she comes back. Let's utilize time. Okay.
Okay.
So it is mind map where you have seen it very easily every single day. There is a main idea always explained, that was code of honor, and top of that six
Yeah. Gaurav, I'm
six.
back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
just explaining this mind map. You can take the next slide quickly. Yeah. So
Okay, fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you, if you remember those code of honor, and further every single point, every single code of honor I explained. In the similar manner, you can define any functionality. Say, for example, transaction or cash withdrawal. So what all involves in cash withdrawal? Customer, bank, transaction, bank, ATM. You can further explain what customer may take action, what bank does the activity, and how this ATM machine also gets involved. Now also you can include the bank, how this cash withdrawal may take place into the bank, and then you can develop it further. What does it require? It requires your thinking. Okay, you will have to think about it, and this is the toughest job in the world. Okay, if you are not a thinker, you may immediately jump and may seek some assistance. But if you'll uh, give some direction to your thinking, you will develop easily by yourself. Okay, so this is how mind map helps to trigger your thinking further. Okay, so that was mind map, that you can adopt any tools there are n number of such tools which creates mind map and supports and brings into project management, and for any project design. So let me move further. Apart from activity diagram, mind map, there is a product roadmap. So yes, Prerna, over to you now.
Yes, Gaurav, thank you so much for explaining mind map. Yes, mind map, as Gaurav was explaining, we have a central idea and we have all the connecting ideas around it. So thank you so much, Gaurav. Now going ahead with
You're welcome.
product roadmap. Okay. So what do you guys feel when you hear this word, two words, I would say those are product and roadmap. Just any plain guesses? What do you feel? Everybody and anybody is welcome to answer this. Product roadmap. It's quite easy if you understand. Just
It's
understand
basic.
from plain English. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically a roadmap to show how the product that has been planned would be achieved.
Okay. So basically a roadmap revolving around a product, right? What about others?
Yes.
Komal, Sheetal?
It's about the plan or milestone that the product will go from step to step until we achieve the ultimate goal.
Very, very well explained. Very well explained. Thank you so much. Yeah. About what about others? Wilson, Thilo, just anything. It's just a random explanation I want you guys to have. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
gives
think the
you
same
a
thing.
it gives
Sorry?
you an idea
Go
of
ahead.
how.
Yeah, one by one, please. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to continue?
Okay. Okay. I really liked your all the inputs, and most of you, rather all of you, are on the right path. Product roadmap, as simply mentioned in English, means where is your product going, or where you want your product to reach. So that's why we have this product roadmap. It simply means, now I'll give you some point of view of industry, why this is important. Imagine you're in a company, you're in the department of sales or marketing, or no, any other department, you have given this product. So for example, the product can be, for everybody's understanding, I can say a product is per se a shampoo bottle, okay, per se, like any, like we have this Dove and Sunsilk and whatnot brands. So there is this I would say, we have this shampoo, and what is the product roadmap for that? Okay, so as you all know, initially it all started with a plain hair cleanser shampoo, and it's good for your hair, it cleanses well. But then as the technology and as the awareness of users increased, as the marketing strategies evolved, now this shampoo, the next year we relaunch the shampoo in in a better packaging with it gives you shines, and it gives you bounce. You must have seen this kind of messages or printed things are written on the bottles, right? I hope you have, because that is the way they advertise it. So the next year you say, okay, it's a shampoo and conditioner plus one-on-one in the same bottle, and you increase the price to kind of like a double. So you see what we are doing here. The product is similar. The base product was same, and you see you are actually planning the growth of that product. Okay, so that is why it is called as product roadmap. How you are going ahead with that product in your organization, where you see after 5 years that product will go. The best and the most relatable example I always prefer to give is if I think I even asked you last time, if you guys have seen Facebook 10 years back, okay, when it was launched first, how plain, how simple it was. And if you see Facebook right now with so many functionalities, okay, so the basic Facebook was only writing on somebody's wall and adding someone as a friend, and that's it. Add as a friend, write on wall, that's it. I think there was nothing more than that. Now I think the choices are endless. You can create groups, join groups, non-profit groups, or you can create your own page to sell and buy, to show your, I mean, arts and creativity. Then you can actually group chat, you can do so many things which were not earlier available, but slowly, gradually, you can go live. There is a Facebook live which was not there some years back. So you see where we have come. Can you see the differences in the earlier, if all of you have seen the 10 years back first launched FB and the current Facebook? Yes, no? Can you
Yep.
relate to it? I just want to know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And this is with almost all the products that we buy, that earlier, uh, you know, or even if you say when a new restaurant is set up in your area, they start with some of the basic dishes, maybe 4 or 5 of their specialty, and then slowly, gradually, they increase their menu, and so this is how in IT industry also a product goes. Earlier, a basic version is developed, and then the marketing team, a strategy team sees how that sales is going on, how the marketing and advertising is going on, then they keep adding some features. I'll be very honest and I'll tell you that sometimes the features are simplest, but the advertising and marketing it's so huge that you kind of trick, or you kind of push the customer to buy into it. You ensure that they impulsively buy because the packaging will be so good, the offers. We have this on one free offers, or 40% off offer, or they might give you some nice, I would say, accessories with the product. So all these are marketing strategies which are planned as per the product roadmap. So where you want to see your product after 5 years, after 2 years, okay, where you want to see, as in, I want to reach this much market. I want to reach maybe 20 million customers. I want to reach these regions in USA. I want to reach in every household of this, state. So these are kind of your goals. And to achieve those goals, how you would ensure that people or customers buy this product, or they like this product, and how the sales can be increased, how the product can be developed better. These are all the way. This is how the product roadmap is done. So do you have any queries on this?
Okay,
No.
good.
Okay. Gaurav, yeah, thank you so much. So this is one of the simplest yet most underrated analysis strategy, which is widely used in today's world. It's called as SWOT analysis. It simply stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Has any one of you is any one of you aware about this analysis? Yes, no,
Yes.
No. No.
no. Okay, fine. Yeah. What about others?
No,
Why I can't see
no,
Komal and Thilo and
No,
Wilson today? Are you? Yeah.
no.
Hi, Thilo.
no.
This is the first time I see it.
Okay. 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 What about Wilson? Is he on mute today? Okay. Not an issue.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
here.
Yeah. Great. It's great to hear all of you. That is the way we know that everybody is into the session. Okay. If you know, that's fine. If you are not aware, that's also fine, because it's really easy to understand. It's easy to uh, I would say, work on this analysis. So, as the word suggests, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, it means that to analyze you. See, now this analysis pattern is used on people. This analysis pattern is used on products. So it's like, it's used everywhere where you want to kind of weigh the situation, or to kind of gauge where are we going with the product, or with our analysis. So I'll give you a simple example. In earlier times, this analysis was done on people for, and to know what kind of career they want to go ahead with. Okay, so after school, after high school, this analysis used to be done, and people used to be given the choices as per their analysis. Like, for example, is if a student's I would say strength is public speaking, okay, public speaking, or they are good in communication, then they might have just a hypothetical analysis. Okay, I'm just giving you some for understanding purpose. So they would be recommended a career in, per se, marketing, or where public speaking is involved, kind of like that areas of I would say work. If some people were very good in maths and science, and they're very interested in all that, and they would have been recommended to become teachers, or maybe scientists, or in that kind of field. So here, why we learn this SWOT analysis means, assuming the same product that we had, maybe the shampoo bottle or the Facebook and this example. What are the strengths of our product? The product is, maybe assuming the product is well distributed in the market, it's well known in the market, it's been there in couple of years, it has its dedicated I would say uh, customer base, so we have a good customer base, it is going fine. So this is the strength of our shampoo bottle or shampoo, I would say, product. Then what is the weaknesses? Okay, weaknesses is currently the sale is stagnant. There is nothing additional. So, you know, we are not coming with any, this is just hypothetical, guys, this is a imaginary, so just try to relate with it. So weaknesses would be, we are not increasing sale, or we are or that reach, that shampoo has a limited reach of, per se, only, I would say, a teenager age group, or customer group. It is not going beyond that. That would be the weaknesses. Now, threats would be that there are again many other brands, shampoos are coming in the market with better advertisement, with better penetration in the you know, customer base. They are going door to door. They are giving free offers. So that's a threat for us, okay? Because they are growing well, and we are as a brand not growing that much, or as per customer base point of view. And last but not the least, opportunities. Okay, so what are our opportunities? That with this customer base and with this product, if we do some R&D, if we come up with some better products, or a better inventions, like, you know, um, I would say that conditioner free or half of the cost with this shampoo bottle, or we add some extra features for, you know, hair strength or shine or whatnot, you know. A shampoo bottle nowadays has everything that you need. So if we come up with such kind of opportunities, or of such kind of offers, it will be beneficial for us. Okay. So you see what we did here. We kind of did a SWOT analysis of our product, and what is the strength, how good it is, then weakness, there, what are the shortcomings in it, then threats, like what are the external or internal factors that are harmful for our product or its growth. And definitely last but not the least, opportunities. That means how well scope we have for growth. So you see this, this is what we did for a product. So are you able to connect with it, or are you, and on the parallel lines, during our school college days, the SWOT analysis used to be on students, wherein, okay, a person is very good, well, spoken, but then weakness wise, they are not good in, maybe in research, or they are not good in maybe you know, I would say, understanding what other people are saying. So that can be a weaknesses. Threads are like, they are not, though they are good in speaking, but they are not able to perform in, I would say, debate shows. And opportunities is, as the person has a good, I would say, communication skill, by reading better, by having a proper guidance, they can increase their knowledge, and they can be good in debates or stuff like that. So this is how we used to do the SWOT analysis of a person, which was quite widely used, maybe some years back, even now also maybe. But currently this practice is very prevalent in business or in IT world, where you have to gauge how the product is doing and how well we are planning to take it ahead. So yes, any doubts in this, everybody? Have you able to, are you able to connect with this analysis?
Yeah.
Please unmute. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, no. Yeah, Wilson, Thilo, Shakil, Komal.
Yeah, we
Who's
are.
iPhone? I just forgot the
Yes,
name.
yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Sheetal.
Yes.
Komal.
Yes.
Yes. Any
Yes.
doubts in this? If no, then we can go ahead. Now, this
So
is also one of my favorite
uh,
diagrams and analysis pattern. Okay.
I just
Uh,
need a little clarification, Prerna, if you
yeah, yeah.
can.
Please tell me. Please
Uh,
ask. Yeah.
uh, if BA is doing all this SWOT analysis, so is it going to is BA is trying to convince the stakeholder that what can be done, or what are the opportunities, are trying to explain to the stakeholder when they are doing a meeting, or at what
Okay.
stage they're doing it?
Okay. So, Shakil, to answer your question, first of all, in an organization, it is mostly not a one person's job, because it's an analysis on a product. So,
Mhm.
preferably, it will be a team, and the team would be from multiple, I would say, will include multiple teams. Like, definitely, we'll have a BA, we can have a senior person, maybe like a product owner or Scrum Master. We can have someone from senior management. So generally, when these kind of analysis is done in a company, it is a mixture of all the teams, or in case it can be dedicatedly given to your product research or marketing team, or market research team. So these are kind of new terminologies which are very prevalent, especially in India. This product research or market research, whereas there are I would say specialized employees or people hired only to study the market from the product point of view and stuff. So it's not one person has to convince maybe seniors and stakeholders. It's basically stakeholders or a specialized team coming together and given this task that yes, you have to do this analysis for a product and then come up with the results, and then collectively the decision is taken. Okay, so this is not an individual task. Even if it is an individual task on a smaller level, it can be it will have multiple people in it. It is not a one person's job, because see, we want to understand more of it, right? So on a smaller scale it's fine, but when we talk about market and business and industry, it is definitely bigger approach. So we have a bigger team or a specialized team. Okay, so does this answer your question, Shakil?
So if we are doing these analysis, so after the analysis, can it be saying that, based on these analysis, this project is not going to move forward? That can be the case. Are we at that stage, or the project is already started and just analysis?
See, it depends. It depends when you do that. It can be done in the inception or conception also, in the beginning, that okay, this is the plan we have for this product. Okay, I'll give a very simple or slightly on a lighter note. When we have a baby, we do not know what talents or what attributes or as a person that baby has, but we have this plan. Okay, my son will become a pilot or my daughter will become a doctor, right? That's just a roadmap we have without knowing anything. But here in industry, in IT industry specifically, when we launch a product, there's a lot of thought process goes on or behind that. So even while preparing, yes, where we see this product in the long term, after 5 years, after 2 years, and also along the way, when the product is is in its journey, it's being bought, it's being sold, and then also we keep revising. Okay, now we are we have launched this product for last 2 years. How we can make it better? How it can how the sales can be better? See, the bottom line about every analysis or every thing is how to ensure that your product gets sold better, how you market better, and ultimately how you increase profit. So the ultimate goal is only the goals are kind of two, and apparently it's only one, but the supporting ones are how to reduce your costs or how to reduce your losses and how to increase your profit. So whatever we are doing here, every kind of analysis, every kind of thinking, every kind of research is only done to ensure that your profit is maximized. Okay, so when you sit and when as a team prepares a roadmap, the roadmap is from the point of view like how well this product can grow and how better we can capture the market, ultimately leading to the higher profits. Okay, Shakil,
Yeah.
does that answer your question now?
Yes, appreciate that. Thank you.
Most welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, Gaurav, we can go to the fishbone diagram. Yes. Now, this is one of my personal favorites because it's a very easy to understand and, to be very honest, very helpful analysis pattern. Okay. Can anyone give me one liner why this is called as a fishbone analysis diagram? Yeah. Why you feel like that?
Looks like fish. You draw like fish. So.
Absolutely. Yes. This is what I was expecting. That is it. The entire diagram actually looks like fish and its bone, so it's look like a structure which is like fish, so that is why it is called as fish bone diagram. Okay, but that is not the only thing in it. It has a very good usage, or it is very helpful in analysis, like how it's also called as, this diagram is also called as a cause
Root cause analysis
root
diagram,
cause
right?
analysis, sorry, cause and benefit I was saying, but yeah, root
Cause
cause
and effect.
analysis as well. Yeah, cause analysis, yeah, or analysis diagram. Why? Because see, we have a problem. I'll give you an explanation, but this actually analysis can be used in real life also, on daily basis also. So when we have a problem, so what are the factors contributing to that problem, and how after identifying those problems we can resolve them. Now this is the concept behind this diagram. Okay, so what is the concept? Okay, we have a problem. Okay, identifying the problem, what are the factors contributing to the problems, or rather what is causing this problem. Okay, and then once you know the causes of the problem, you can definitely work on it to resolve. Okay, so here they have given some, I would say, factors which are causing, or which are very important contributors in the problem. What kind of this is, and this is just for your understanding. There can be many more and different factors. So what are the factors broadly categorized as environmental, people? I think you can read, right? Environmental, people, equipment, management, materials, and process. Okay, so it is broadly categorized into these six segments, wherein, see, I like to give this example with the same earlier discussed example, that is of shampoos. Once, give me a moment, please. Again. Yeah. So the example is, we have this shampoo bottle, right? So how imagine that shampoo bottle production is not going on properly, or you were to produce per se, just for example, 10,000 bottles a day, and now you're not able to manufacture those many bottles. So we want to understand what is the cause of this issue, and that's why we are studying this fishbone analysis. Okay, so first factor is environment. Okay, environment means the factory where we are working, or where we are kind of manufacturing the bottles. There the environment is not conducive. Maybe there is some electricity issue, or there is some other kind of problem. That's why. The second thing is people. Okay, there might be a situation that your earlier trained staff is on a leave, or sometimes many people leave job at once, so you don't have trained people to work on this with you. Yes, it can be the scenario. So it causes for people. Then there is equipment. Yeah, so the machinery that is being used, kind of, is not of the great quality, or that is sadly that is old, so it's not functioning fine. So that can be a scenario. Along with that, you say processes. As we mentioned, that the people hired are new, they are not aware about the processes, and that is why they might not be able to follow the processes well. Process means, see, wherever you're working in any production environment, there is a set rule, right? There is a set pattern that, okay, we have to start with this, and you have to click on this, or maybe start this button, ensure that raw material is coming, then ensure that these many, chemicals. Now we are talking about shampoo, that's why I'm giving these examples, right? So all these processes have to be followed, and because people are new, they are not aware. And then, yes, materials. See, these are just imaginary hypothetical situation. I'm trying to give you problems in each area so you can understand. The next is materials. The materials used for your shampoo are not being of great quality. There might be some issues with that. You're not getting proper raw material and stuff like that. And last but not the least, issue with the management. Okay, that senior management might not be giving enough budget to get good quality raw materials, or people who are skilled or who are experienced in this field. So here, as a fishbone analysis, what we do is that we try to understand that we have this problem of not able to manufacture, or not able to produce this 10,000 shampoo bottles, and what are the contributing factors to it? What are the things that might be contributing to this issue? So are you guys able to connect with this, or any doubt? Please let me know.
So far, so good.
Can you please say it one more time? It's hard for me.
Sorry,
Can I
sorry.
Can you
can
can
I
you
add?
explain one more time about this? Because it's hard for me.
Yeah, Gaurav, you want to
Can
add
you
something?
yeah give me
Yes,
another example?
yes, and this are for you. Here is the another example. So this I'm talking about problem and cause. What you see is, say for example, tomorrow Amazon.com, you are shopping and it broke. Okay, that is number one case. Second, let's give me another example. You are withdrawing cash from ATM machine. Although today the things are so much smart and intelligent, this is not going to happen. But still, I'm going to give you example. You walked into ATM machine and you punch in something, and no one is withdrawing today nowadays. For example, in the USA, $500. Okay, they either withdraw $100, $700, anything, but no one has punched in last 3 years $500. Okay, and you were the very first person. All of a sudden you punch in the ATM machine $500, and you got how much? $1,000 instead of $500 from ATM machine. For you it is a very good thing, but for the bank it is loss. Imagine what if everyone is punching in $500 and in return they are getting $1,000. So there would be a flaw somewhere. Now you have understood the problem. Okay, tomorrow bank will also understand. Okay, the problem is identified now. Did you understand what is the problem right now?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so
For
much.
me.
Now let's, what happens, the team decides, let's design a fishbone diagram to understand the cause of it, because cause is what where we need to travel. Okay, so what will they do? They will check the processes. Okay, they check the ATM. Okay, ATM is the equipment. Okay, is there any flaw in the equipment? Okay, so it is very good the moment they will identify there is some problem in the equipment. Is it the problem is with the button? Is it the problem with the some processing? Okay, processing means the data which is traveling back towards the data center, the information which is getting connected with the bank. Is there any flaw in those process? Okay, they find they are good with it. There was no problem over there. Then they understand people who finally deployed it into the production. Production has been in the live instrument. Was the problem with any of the people? Okay, they understand who were all involved into it. So they find, okay, I don't think there is a problem with it. Then they go back and check material. So material means what all things were involved: the paperwork, the people work, and then other documentation, then transportation. They check everything involved, all those material. Okay, all those input and output. They saw that however it has come to the production, it is working fine in that way only. Then they go back to environment. In environment, they will check before production, even if it came to pre-production, was it happening in the similar manner? So they go back and check with the mirror environment just before coming live. If the behavior is the same in the pre-production, they would say, okay, fine. So it was happening as is was happening before coming into the live, that is before production. Then they will say why it was happening. Then they go back and check with the management, and in the management they say that okay, management has given a go to this. The problem was actually pre-existed. So it was not live equipment problem, it is not live process problem, it is not live people problem, it is not live material problem, it is not live environment problem. The environment itself was impacted earlier, and the management has given go to that. Okay, now they will follow the exact same principle in the previous environment as well. So they will check in the previous environment whether the equipment was impacted, process, people, material, and management. So ultimately, they will continue to go back and they will find during the system integration testing. Now, let me quickly, by using this, explain you what is the environments are. Okay. So I'm not sure whether I have explained this or not. The Amazon.com, all those .com where you go back as a customer and transact live, it is called as live environment. and also called as production environment. What is called also as?
Production environment.
Exactly. But before it comes to production, it is also called as pre-production environment, where all those activities which can happen, that is tested by business user. Okay. By whom it is tested?
Users.
Business users.
This
Yeah.
activity is called as user acceptance.
Yes, you are right. Exactly. UAT. It is called user acceptance testing, as Athar says that. Okay. So this happens in pre-prod, or it also happens. It is also called as UAT. Okay. Understand, this is pre-prod and UAT. So in fact, it is just before coming live I am talking about. Okay. Pre-prod or UAT. UAT means user acceptance criteria. Means what will happen? Let me more simplify it. So before you think that something has come to you in the .com, you know, .com has been tested. Amazon.com was tested by some experts. Okay. And before it comes live, say for example, they are going to roll some discount offers. Okay. But are they going to roll directly? No, they are not going to roll directly. First, they will need to test it whether it is working before coming to live picture. Okay. Are you good with this so far? Answer with me?
Oh, yes, great. Yes, I understand it now. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Now go back. Before it comes to UAT, it is also tested beforehand. Okay. So there it is called as system integration testing. I went 2 steps back. Okay. Before UAT, it goes to system integration testing, where testers and business analysts at customer end and vendors end, they both come together and they test it. Okay. And when they give it a go, then only it goes further towards the UAT, that is user acceptance testing. And when it gets a go from UAT by the business owner of customer, where, you know, vendor even goes to the customer location and test over there, and then only it goes further to the live location. But what happens at SIT? In SIT, it's vendors, testers, and business analysts, along with customers, vendors, and business analysts, has to give it a go. But before it comes to system analyst, at system integration testing, there is one more environment where it need to get passed from. Okay, that is a simple testing environment. Okay, simple testing environment, where not customer, vendors, testers, and vendors, business analysts, they test it. But before it comes to the testing environment, developers has to make it pass. Okay, so there is called as a dev environment. Okay, development environment, where only developers have access of the application what they have developed. They make it pass, then only it goes to the tester for the testing. And before it comes to developers environment, where all the developers can access, it remains from a single user, where one designer, one developer is developing this. This is called as local environment. Okay. So do you understand the traveling of one application from local environment to the live environment? Okay. Before that, it has to undergo getting passed from the local to the development environment, to the testing environment, to the system integration environment, to the UAT environment, to the live environment. Now coming back to your fishbone diagram. However, have you understood this flow from local to live, how it does travel?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, and the sir from you, yes?
So, Gaurav,
yes,
where
thank
would staging environment fit here?
Okay, so staging is as equal to as your dev environment.
Okay.
Okay. Where developer has fixed the things and they are making it available for staging. Okay, so staging and development is as equal. So answer, do you have any question over here on this?
No, thank you so much.
Okay,
It's clear.
so now
Thank you.
coming back to fishbone diagram. So now what has happened, that in the live environment, they found there was no problem. It was happening very, very good as it was happening in the pre-prod environment, that was the SIT environment. So why it was happening in the SIT environment? Where was the problem? Then we try to trace it back, and we will find that actually the problem persisted from the starting itself. Okay, somehow it was missed in the testing environment in the previous build. So say for example, The $500 was tested in testing environment 2 builds back. Okay. And when it was packaging with the new functionality, something broke because new functionality was introduced, and this was not retested by the system integration testing team, where business analyst and user from the from the customer end and vendors end both were involved. So what was vendors testing team was responsible to test any new functionality and pass it to the customer, and customer responsibility was also to check the previous functionality as well as new functionality. However, if it is missed from customer's end and also it is ignored by someone, so it is all about something in the environment has been broken. Okay, something in the environment has been broken, and there you need to go back and fix. So they find the problem was in the SIT, system integration environment. Let me reshare back. Let me share back the whiteboard. Okay, so problem was actually in the system integration, where customer and this both were involved, and there was a build number. Say for example, in the live environment, 3 functionalities are working, and this is called as Amazon 1.0. Now Amazon is planning to release Amazon 2.0 as well, and there they are introducing some new features and functionality, that is 2.0. So whatever was breaking earlier in 1.0 is broken in 2.0. Why? Because it was missed at SIT environment. So they will find that SIT was the problem. It was the environmental problem. Okay. In environment, something, okay, excuse me. So environment, something does not, something did not come properly, and that's why system broke. Okay. So here the people was not responsible. Something environmental problem was there. Some key thing was not accepted by the environment. It could be anything. Sometimes you will find that things are not working because there are multiple software involved for that. To run an application, you will find Java's version is required, JDK 1.2, JDK 1.3. I hope everyone has heard the name Java. Yeah? I'll accept it as yes. Thank you so much. So for multiple applications, sometimes what happens, JDK various versions are required. And that's the reason, environments come together with the various software to support the environment. So some various software support an environment, and that's why we found that there was a problem at the environmental level. And when we will be tracing back, we can identify and can reach to any place where exactly problem exists. It starts with the root cause identification. Fishbone diagram is one of the examples through which we travel from problem to the cause in a reversal manner. Is it clear to you, Antasar?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So we have reached to the time up. Okay, it's almost time up, and we have taken further. So it was fishbone diagram you were learning. Let me see what else is coming. Process flow diagram. We will be talking about process flow diagram next. I think that is it for today, and that is good. We are 4 minutes beyond. So yes, thank you so much, Antasar, because I was talking to you. I would like you to say one word. What do you think you have learned today from this session, and what do you feel like saying? Antasar. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
So
Yes,
Antasar, this question is to you. One word
Okay.
that comes from today's learning in your mind.
So today's it's about modeling. This is the most important part. The different kind of diagrams.
Okay. Do you
And
feel
learning.
easy in this learning? Do you feel easy? It has come easy to you?
Yeah. It's good. It's just the fish one. It was a little bit harder for me, but I understand it now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Call out someone's name on the screen. You see.
Okay. Wilson.
Wilson. Yes, sir. What do you feel like saying today?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I've
Yeah.
learned a lot today, and I'm not feeling that well, but I'm trying to be here because I have to be here with no excuse.
Oh,
I've learned about the SWOT analysis, where we look at the weaknesses, the strength. Yeah,
awesome. Call out someone's name on the screen, please, Wilson.
I'm a, I'm a call Kumar.
Komal. Komal, what do you feel like saying, Komal?
Hi, thank you, Prerna and Gaurav, for today's session. So today's session is little hard for me. Like it's all about diagram and everything is new for me. So I will review one more time the recording and I will understand more because it's little difficult for me today.
Okay, and go to lucidchart.com, which I gave. There you will create it and you will find it easy, Komal. Komal, call out someone's name.
Oh yeah, thank you. Wilson.
Wilson is just done. He passed your name.
Oh, sorry, Sheetal.
Sheetal. Yes,
Yeah,
Sheetal, what do you feel like saying? Yeah.
Yes, it was easy compared to last one.
Okay.
And yes, as you said, I have to go to on Lucy chart and practice.
Mhm.
I'll do that.
Awesome. Call out someone's name on the screen, Sheetal.
Adhar,
Ether. Yes, sir. What do you feel like saying?
Today we learned about stakeholder management skill sets needed for that. We learned about information management cycle and skills needed for that. The business analysis models we learned. We learned about SWOT analysis, and we just got done with the fish diagram analysis. And you explained the flow, basically about how the process flows from local to dev to test environment to system integration test to pre-prod or UAT and then live production. So it was pretty interesting, really nice session. I appreciate it. You and Prerna both. Thank you.
Yes, Ether. Thank you so much. Please call out someone's name on the screen, you see.
Tilo, today is
Tilo.
yours.
Yeah. Tilo, what do you feel like saying?
Thanks, Ether. It's actually I find it more interesting today's class compared to previous class. And we learned about the business analysis models. And I don't know, because of the diagram, I find it was more interesting and more easier for me to get the hang of it. So
Awesome.
yeah, I will go to the Lucid chart and make some diagrams to like make myself more clear. And thank you to Gaurav and Prerna. And I also would like to say that I got my SFL certification yesterday.
Wow.
Like
Super.
Gaurav
Congratulations.
said. Thank
Congratulations.
you, Gaurav. Thank you, Gaurav. I was scared before I was taking it, but it was all like what you explained to us in the Scrum Master classes. So it was easier for us to grab it.
Awesome.
Sorry,
Awesome.
easier for me to grab it. So thank you so much, Gaurav and Prerna.
So happy for you, Tilo.
Thank you. So I didn't think I would pass in the first attempt, but I did. So now I know that I learned something. So yeah,
Alright.
thank you for that.
Yes, Tilo, please share that certification picture in the group so that it will inspire others as well. Tilo, so proud.
Yeah, sure. Gaurav.
Yeah, Tilo, call out someone's name on the screen. You see?
I think Shakil is done also,
Ye-
correct?
No, he is waiting for you.
Okay.
Call his
Shakil.
name.
Shakil.
Yes, sir. Shakil, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you. I think when we started business analyst session for this program, I think I prematurely didn't understand the wide variety and the biggest role business analyst has. So I was kind of pretty determined on Scrum Master, but going through all these few sessions, what I have done and noticed is like that's a very interesting role in a project management world. So that got my attention. So I'm pretty focused on this role as well, along with Scrum Master. So thanks for explaining all this thing in very detail, and it got me an idea of what the business analyst is. Thank you.
Awesome, Shakil. Thank you so much. Please call out someone's name. Your screen is left.
I believe everybody else is done. If not, I would like to call Ms. Prerna for her feedback.
Yes, Prerna, over to you for your closing remarks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, today's session have been exhausted, stakeholder management and processes and diagrams. But trust me, it's very interesting and it's very useful in real life. So as we always mention, I'll encourage all of you to make short videos of these topics, because when you speak in front of cameras explaining these concepts, first of all, your confidence level increases, and second, your topic kind of gets engraved in your memory because you are kind of presenting it. So please feel free and take initiative to create videos. I think in between some of you were making, but now I have not seen any latest videos. So please, if whatever is stopping you, please overcome that and make videos. And also these videos are very useful from marketing point of view, as our HRs also, as we keep them on our Guru Schools channel. So overall, a great session, and requesting all of you to come ahead and prepare videos and share with us. And over to you, Gaurav. That's it from my side.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
So thank you so much for participating and playing full on. So yes, loving, and especially the result of Tilo, that she is certified now. So continue to develop more certification. All of you, Tilo is one of the example from this batch. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best for further lectures, and talk to you again on Tuesday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
You all have a
Have a
good
good night.
Bye-bye. Take care. Good night. Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.